And we're back. Like we never left. I don't have hair, so I'm just gonna swing my earring
I have hair.
and do that. Oh, okay. Well, well, wake your wall up, why don't you? Wake it up.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
We need some theme music.
we do need some theme music. I ain't think about that beforehand. We do some grace and giggles. Grace and giggles.
Hey, okay. I don't know why that came in my head. Dun, 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 dun. What show is that? Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
That's right. Right.
No.
That one. Come on, that's right. I know the Price is Right, baby. I know. I watched it faithfully with my brain.
The Steve Harvey show. What he be?
It's similar. It's similar. It's like dun, dun, oh no, dun, 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 dun. That is Family Feud. You're right. You're right. Oh shoot, no, because Price is Right is it's a higher pitch. I'm telling you, it's the same.
What we used to do? Hey,
And rubber
hey,
bands and honey
hey.
buns.
Okay. Hey, y'all.
Hey, we just wanted to be like wake us up a little bit. So, also, if you're wondering, earrings made by my aunt. I'm gonna see if I can get her to start making some more for y'all. Put it in there.
Oh, I
Yeah.
want something. Like I just need some hoops, some hoop girl.
Oh no,
I mean, not the
cute.
I got some little safety pins.
Those are cute.
They put me earrings though. They're not like safety
It is,
pins. Like, oh, let me pick these safety pins up with other earrings.
but that would be a smart idea. It would be. So,
Low key, I think Felix helped me out one time. He was like, "You want to get a safety pin for something?" I was just like, no. You grab my earring. He released it up real quick. I said, oh, okay, MacGyver. All right. Bet.
it helps to have a blessed man with blessed hands in your home.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Jesus' name.
Also, I interrupt. Go ahead.
So, hey y'all. We missed y'all. Life and life. So, remember, you probably don't. So let me recap. The last
Well, we
episode.
published the last one, so technical. This could be like a week, right? The week after.
Oh, that's true. Y'all don't need to know the BTS.
Yeah. We felt like we never left. Yeah.
Y'all, this is why it's called Grace and Giggles, because y'all gonna be laughing with us because we silly and we goofy. Now,
This is us all.
we never left. There you go.
What?
So we are now moving the conversation forward, and we're talking about when you pray for something and you are praying for a blessing and God does not give it to you or the Lord does not permit it to come and he says no. And the no, and this is according to Alicia, the no is the blessing.
Yep. Yeah. We be big mad because we've had like the kind of spoiled it. We've been gone for a minute. We've it's been a lot of time between this recording and the last recording. But it was we were having conversations and it was like, oh well, so the blessing, just like, okay, the blessing is always good. Da, 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 da. I was like, well, technically the blessing could be a hard no. Like you say, oh, I want this and I want that and I want it, and it's like God is like, you thought no. I'm trying to save your butt, dude. Like I'm trying to save you. Like, yeah, like maybe for real, I think I know because I laugh at my kids. I know God be up there just like, watch this. Oh, like this. But like, yeah, it's the blessing is the no, because I think the last episode we were talking about what it means. That's what it was. What it means to be a blessing. What it means to be the blessing somebody prayed for. I think it's something like that along those lines.
Yeah. We talked about about the
Did we?
we did. We talked about like you being a blessing somebody prayed for and someone coming into your life that was like an answered prayer, pretty much. And you're like, whoa, not you coming through with everything I prayed for.
Yeah.
And that's like community, church, whether you were praying for godly friendships, whatever. But like when people come and you recognize these people, this person being in your life is like, oh, God saying, I heard you, I got you.
Yeah. For me, that's mind blowing. It's like, yo, you be up there listening for real. That's crazy.
I mean,
It's
prayers supposed to be.
what is because I don't know if it's just me being like newer on this whole Christian walk, but it's like when I hear like it's like you okay, follow me. So not saying she's God or anything like that, right?
Mhm.
But like the biggest song you can think of, Beyonce. You know,
Right.
and she turns around, she acknowledges you, like, hey, and it's like,
All right. Me?
who are you? So again, I'm not comparing Jesus to Beyonce.
Of course.
That was probably a bad example, but that's
a bad example. Come on now, guys. Come on. You understand. It's like
we are not comparing God to Beyonce. Let's get that clear, okay? But it's just like me, little old me. I'm sitting here, so Lord, I don't know what to do. Send me. I was telling you a fleece. I learned what a fleece was. I said, oh, okay. I don't know what the verse was. I don't know where it came from, but my sister-in-law, I learned it from her and one of my homegirls. I was like, oh, okay, go, a fleece. And for those who don't know, like myself, I didn't know. A fleece is basically a sign that you ask from God, like, hey, Lord, if this is supposed to be da 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 da, show me da 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 da, or let this be da 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 da, whatever. So it's like for your fleece to show up and just kind of be like, oh yeah, here it is. And it's like, wait, yo, wait. Are you listening for real? Hey, bro, like it blows me. To me, it's very. I don't know if I would ever get used to it, but it's just like that's wild. Especially when you're praying for something and you know you've been in your little closet. You've been and you just been, okay, Lord, I need this, I need that. And you ain't explained it to nobody, you ain't shared it with nobody. And then it's like it pops up like boom. It's like
yes.
y'all be weird.
It's like you said, what the kids say, that's wild.
That's wild.
But no, that's real. That is true. When it's overwhelming how the Lord loves you so much that like out of all the creatures in which he must hear, he always hears you. And he hears your heart. And it is, you do kind of get I think that was a great example. You do get starstruck because you like me, especially when life has been rough with you, on you, or you've just been used to disappointments where, or maybe not even that, but just like life has never gone that way for you. So you just like,
right.
Okay, well, I'll just make do with what I have. And the Lord is like, no, I have something greater. I heard you and you are built for something greater, or, or you are about to walk into this path. Here, let me show you. Let me confirm you.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that's super major. And when you're in that flow and you're like, oh, okay, Lord, you heard my prayers. Well, okay, Lord, let me get closer. Because that's another thing too. Sometimes, and this is whether you are new in your Christianity, been in the Christianity, still floating in between Christianity and the world, whatever. We do sometimes use that as like, oh, okay, thank you, Lord, for hearing me. Let me ask you for more, or letting that be the reason why we want to relate to him. And, instead of it being, no, I just want genuine relationship. Thank you for hearing me. Let me reciprocate and let me read your word. Let me hear you. Let me talk to you. Because he does talk back to us. So that being stated, it's always awesome when the Lord does give you things or provide for you or answer prayers or give you clarity that you've been looking for.
Mm-hmm.
When he don't,
Man, look. Feel it.
and you,
Way.
baby, and you don't get to switch up simply because he said no. I want to go back to what you said earlier when you were talking about, like, God. Well, I don't know. You might not have said this on. No, I think you did. So, like, when you was talking about, of course, you having kids and your kids doing stuff, saying stuff, and you be laughing at them, even when you tell them no, and they just fall out like, "Oh, I can't have the candy." You're like, you'll be okay because you know that, well, you don't need to be eating candy this early in the morning, this late at night. You're gonna end up getting cavities. That's gonna be a problem for you and me.
Right.
So it's gonna be
Yeah. My pocketbook. I'm sorry. They can matter anymore.
Oh, that's
Fruit or something.
let the insects. No, I'm saying no. Kill it.
Oh, hell.
Sorry. That's funny. I used to ask God, like, when I was like 4 or 5 or 6. I was like, Lord, I know you said thou shalt not kill, so should I not kill this insect like that? I used
Boy,
to think about it.
something. Hell out of them ants and roaches. Okay. So
Maybe.
back in the day, low, way back,
Okay.
we done came a long way. But I'm about to ask the Lord, what? Give me a shoe.
It's so literal, and it was just like somebody, a minister at my church was like, baby, okay, let's walk you through this because some things do need to be trampled upon. Well, segue. I'm gonna go back to the point.
Sorry. Okay,
Yeah,
go back.
going back to what we were saying. So, like when the example, like, okay, you tell your kids no for candy. You know that in the long run, this will actually give them more pain, or this will slow up their growth in their teeth. And so, like, no, I'm gonna tell you no, and you'll be okay. And
Right.
a lot of times that is how the Lord works, with us. It's like, I understand that you wanted this thing, and I tell people, it's like he loves us like children. We love him like a father. It's like you get mad at your dad because he said you can't use the car, or you got mad at your mom and she was like, no, you can't go to that party. But ultimately, you didn't say, oh, I'm gonna just completely stop talking to my mom or dad or guide, or what is it, legal guardian, if you didn't have parents in your life, and just completely shut them out because they told you no once. And honestly, your parents didn't care about your little attitude, and God don't care nothing about a little attitude. He don't. He
don't owe us nothing. Understand that. He don't owe us a thing, y'all. Not at all. And I feel like that's something, and that's, I feel like that's sorry.
Sorry. Did you catch the idea? Did you get it?
I caught it. So I think that that's my train of thought. It's around somewhere. But I think that I know there are parents, oh, I can't stand you, mom. I can't stand you, dad. And it's like, okay, I feel like, I done lost my train of thought. What was the last thing you said?
I was waiting for you to catch it. No, not it, your idea. Or your train of thought, should I say. I said he don't care nothing about your little attitude.
So it doesn't matter. Like, you can't come to, it's just like, again, I relate it to parenting. Like, I don't, like you said, I don't care about your little attitude. You gonna thank me later. But right now you're gonna be big mad. And what can you do to me? What can you do to me as your parent that I'm gonna be like, oh, ouch, that hurts. Like, you ain't, first of all, we are not even that to this whole thing called life. We always, as a black mama, coming from black mamas, the thing to say was, I brought you in this world, I'll take you out.
Yeah.
We know that ain't for real true. But God, for real, he can do that. He can do that. Okay, I legitimately brought you in here. I can take you out. So you are not big and bad enough to. Okay, your attitude is cute, right? I'll still be here once you get off your tantrum, off your high horse. But you can't you can't you have to. It takes a certain level of maturity to understand, like, for me to understand, okay, no is okay sometimes, or it's it's okay. It's always okay when it comes to my father saying something.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh well, I'm not gonna. I don't want to, or no, I don't want to. I'm not. I don't want to pay attention to what you're talking about, or whatever. I know better. No, baby, you don't. You don't.
You do not. You do not.
There's there's nothing. There's nothing that it's so funny. I'm having these realizations, like, oh, this is me as a parent. Like, there's nothing that you're going through now as my kid that I don't already know about. And not saying that God has went through that per se. I mean, in the form
No,
of Jesus,
he does. Exactly. In the form of Jesus, he felt
right,
everything you think you could feel. So,
right.
yeah.
So he's been there, done that. Look, I mean, and low key, he already knew what it was before it was.
Yeah.
Just saying,
The creator.
he is the creator, Alpha and Omega. I don't care what nobody say. Fight your mama. You ain't about to fight with me, okay?
Hard.
Right. So it's so strange. So when that's what I was saying. So when it comes down to kind of going back to what you were saying, when it comes down to that blessing, it's not necessarily, oh, a yes, 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 yes. That blessing is, it could be a no. Oh, can I do such and such and such? No, you don't.
Yeah.
I'm taller than you. I can see over this hill. You can't. I know it's crap
That's it.
over this hill for you.
Yep.
But you want to be hard headed. I'm trying to tell you, G. I'll be here if you turn around, you fall off and get back up. You want to take the hard, the scenic route. I'll be here for you when you come back. But I'm just telling you, this path, stay with the plan. I got you. But right, this is a no. This right here is a no,
Yes.
and that's
The major
like,
no.
because it's stopping you. It's shielding you from so much BS that could be coming your way.
That part.
Oh,
I love that. You hit exactly what I was trying to get at, which was God. I say this often. God knows what you done, what we done, and so sometimes what you're praying for is good for the time, not for what's coming,
yeah,
and
yeah,
or it could be a good thing, but He wants you to have a great.
yeah.
That means you got to
He doesn't
say
do the settle.
exactly. Doesn't want you to settle. And going back, and it's a kind of tie that in. You know, I'm gonna now try to make sure we find a Bible verse because we don't just want to be talking. We're talking experience, but we also
Yes,
we flow in His word. Okay, so
yes. Great
um,
and giggles. Mm-hmm.
yeah, come on in. Underline, underscore. So Psalms 148:13 states, New Living Translation. You know, for those of us who have a real hard time pronouncing things.
Well, King James be whooping my butt, boy. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Right, like
Hey,
Lord, you know,
you
Holy,
know,
Holy Spirit translate. So
Holy Spirit translate.
me. Oh,
Okay, sorry. Go back.
okay. So Psalm 148:13 states, "Let them
Uh-huh.
all praise the name of the Lord, for His name is very great. His glory towers over the earth and heaven." Now there was another Bible verse I was thinking about, but this one fits very well. Everything,
Mm-hmm.
because the Bible is not only the basic instruction before leaving Earth, it's also the greatest love letter ever.
Oh, yeah.
And so the let them all praise the name of the Lord, for His name is very great. His glory towers over the earth and heaven. If we make our prayers more about, Lord, how can, Lord, I want to be what you called me to be. I want to praise your name the highest. I want to be utilized for the glory of you. That is how
Mhm.
your desires start becoming his desires. And
Mhm.
another Bible verse a lot of people misinterpret, I think misinterpret, is, oh, the Lord will give you the desires of your heart. No, the Lord will give you the desires of your heart when your heart matches his.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not the desire of your heart, because how many of us have desired money that would have came with a headache, relationship that would have came with a heartbreak, um maybe
Girl.
living somewhere else that would have came with financial burdens that you could never imagine. So a
Mhm.
lot of times, or going going away to school, maybe, and it's like, yeah, but if you would have went there, the things you would have been opened up to versus what you're here now and the community of people you got here. So
Yeah.
so it's like the Lord wants your desire to be more like his. And that can really only
Mhm.
happen through speaking with him, through prayer, through
Yeah.
prayer and supplication, through,
Reading.
yes, exactly, reading his word
Mhm.
and dying daily to your ego. And part of that is, okay, for his name is very great. His name is
Mhm.
greater than his glory
Mhm.
towers over the earth and heaven. He
Mhm.
is, like you said, the Alpha, the Omega. He is the everything. He is the I
Yeah.
am, the I am. So,
Yeah.
with that being stated, it means I, so it's like, okay, I don't want to. If you tell me no, I am okay with that, because I understand your no is all knowing. I understand that your
Mhm.
glory towers over the earth and the heaven. I understand
That's
that
spiteful.
you're exactly. I, like you said, I have to, or if you're at work, or if you've ever had a position, or if you're a content creator, whatever, an opportunity came and they told you no, and they said, hey, I just think you need a little bit more work, or I just think you need to a little bit more practice. You'll be ready. Try again in a year or two. If you can accept a human's no who doesn't have any idea where your life is going to be headed, why can't we learn? Not saying that it's going to come overnight, but you have to learn how to be able to understand that God's no is, and I know we be tired of hearing it, but the rejection is a protection thing, but God's no is solid. I mean, because
Yeah.
yes, it is rejection, is protection. It is.
Mhm.
We don't want to hear it, but it is.
Mhm.
But it's also
Yeah.
understanding that, going back to what we were saying before, you don't care about your attitude, because the no is the no. Now, if you want
I
to,
said what I said.
exactly, you said what I said, okay? Now, if you decide that you want to go forward with that thing, he's not going to stop you because he gave you free will. But
Mhm.
then you'll have to pay the repercussions and consequences, right? So
Mhm.
understanding, oh, that's why you said no. Um, and I'll use an example. I'll use an example. Let's see. I got a lot of examples here lately. But I'll be transparent with a lot of things. Finding my way, struggling. And man, bills is due and overdue. But the Lord is a provider, and His glory towers over the earth and the heaven. So
Mhm.
there's nothing for me to be overly concerned with. But anywho, and going into that, a really good example would be when, okay. Let me see. When I was told no, for, like, I was auditioning, and I like to act from time to time. And so this is kind of like I guess a PG thing. We can always talk about when the Lord told you no about relationships, but I think a lot of people talk about it like that. I like to talk. Okay, we get that part. We can go into that, but let's also talk about everyday no's. So
Mhm.
a no in acting, or like when I was trying to get a manager, um, or a, was it not a manager, an agent,
Agent. Mhm.
and I really thought I was getting super, super close to getting one. And they called me into the studio. I was, oh my gosh, my first time being in the studio. Like, they called me again. And it was like for a voiceover. Um,
Mhm.
It was for a voiceover uh, role that I was trying to go for.
Mm-hmm.
They just told me like, hey, not yet. It's not where we needed to be at. So it was disappointing at first, but I have like two quick examples. So that's like this the first example. It was disappointing at first, and I was just like, and I didn't understand why I was told no because I was pushing and I was trying to do everything they say. To be honest, this is the other part of God saying no. I still don't know why it was a no. But you know what I realized? If it was a no, it was because the Lord did want me to learn more, practice more, get more, understand more. So them, whether they knew it or not, they were still following God's plan because that no taught me it taught me to not get better to get a position. Get better to be better in yourself and better in Christ.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's that. Then the last one is dang it, I had a good one. Oh, I know. I was like, dang it, I talked about that one. When I was told no. Mm. Okay, yeah, I'll use one even from younger years. Not understanding. Well, no, that's kind of going back to parenting. I kind of want to take it to like where. Oh, okay, I see it. When I grew up in church, so
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do a whole lot of like extra curricular activities as far as like getting into stuff I ain't have no business getting into here and there a little bit, maybe. But not like drinking and smoking and all of that. And
Right.
I know some people do indulge, but so
Mm-hmm.
it was around me, but I was just like, oh, I have no, I don't have any desire for that. Go away to school.
Right.
And the first semester I'm cool. Second semester, yeah, I get friends now, right?
Right.
And I got friends of all types of different levels, but then I got friends that do different things. Some smoke, some drink, some, fornicate, which I'm not gonna lie and say I was not fornicating. I was. I just was with one person. Because I was very in the Lord, out of the Lord. One foot in, one foot out. That was too farm at that age. Okay? Right. Real look. Anywho, let me get to the bread and the butter. So, or the meat and potatoes. So, I did what a lot of people would do. I was right. I was like, I said, okay, I want to know what life looks like when you don't follow the rules for real. So I spazzed out. I stopped smoking.
You know, first.
Yeah, I did because I was never the girl that did anything. I mean, let me say it like this. I I wasn't the person who did the like I said the smoking the drinking. I was with everybody who did. I just never did that, and everybody like, oh no, Diddy don't do that. But
Yeah.
I was just like, well, what does that kind of fun look like? I've never experienced it,
Okay.
so I was like, let me just see. I just want to know what it's like to kind of not be always thinking about God all the time, and I'm doing something. And again,
Yeah.
not saying that I always did, but it's like being conscious of it. So I wanted to try this, especially going away from home. You might get kind of caught up because for the first time you don't have nobody telling you what you can and cannot do.
Yeah. Yeah.
What you choose to do is on you. So I wound out a little bit, and I was a little promiscuous, and I was doing a little smoking, and I was doing a little drinking. And I say all that to say it only took one semester. Now, again, I had to, the Lord still had to work things out in me because even years later, I was still like, okay, still dealing with allowing God to be Lord over my life all the way. Didn't fully surrender until honestly recently, but
Yeah.
over the last couple of years. But in that, so I tried a lot of different things. And then, then something happened where it was like, boom, like God was like, hey, if you don't stop, because here's the deal. He had been telling me that's not your road. You could be around them, continue to connect with them, be friends with them, because these people, there's a light in you that they're going to see, right?
Yeah.
But
I'm hearing this and I see where you're going. Not to interrupt you, but it's like, okay, stop. Okay, wait, stop that.
yeah,
And it's like then you like, "Nigga, stop. I told you. Yeah.
Very much that. Very much that.
Yeah.
He was like, hey, like, chill out, chill out. But it's freeing and you're loving the feeling. That's another thing. You realize going with feeling, there we go.
What?
It's the flesh. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that thing that happened was a hard stop. And this is what I learned in hindsight. Back then I just felt like God was like, hey, you really need to relax and figure out how to center yourself because you're going all over the place. Now I understand what he was saying. What he was saying was, I told you no, because you can't do what they do. You already have a spirit of addictions throughout the bloodline. Why I'm telling you no. Even when it comes to the fornicating, this is why I'm telling you no. Because if you touch the water, you may go too deep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and the grace that he gave to still keep me in the midst of that. I just want to kind of close that part up by just saying, my God, again, 19-year-old Diddy didn't understand it. And so think about it like that. How many times has the Lord told you no, and then you was like, oh, okay, that actually did work out in my favor. Thank you, Lord. Actually, well, for the glory of you, but it still blessed me.
Yeah.
Now, as an adult, keep the same mentality. He tells me no, it's not for me.
Yeah.
Even if it's a good thing, because those are kind of like negative things. But even if it's like, oh, great opportunity, but say no to it, or start this business, now leave.
Gee, that's and it's so hard, especially I'm gonna I don't know if it's as you get older, okay. I'm just saying how it's coming off my head.
Mm-hmm.
As you get older, the harder it gets.
Mm-hmm.
So to be like, oh, okay, so Lord, okay, I want to do this, and it's like, I'm just like, but this could be so good. This could mean this and this and this.
But I said no.
But Jesus, I really want it. And it's like, okay, well, you want to be hard headed? Okay, he's either going to do one of two things. He's going to close that door for you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, don't worry about it. I got it. I'm going to push it closed. And then the opportunity is no longer available to you. Or he's going to let you go through and fall on your face. Like, see, nigga, I told you so. Like, I told you so. Just like,
I'm here.
You just fell out into the bushes, pulling twigs out your hair. Like, all right, okay. All right. Okay.
Like, come on now. Now, what do we learn?
Right. What did we learn? I need to start bringing a notebook or something because you were saying some stuff and I was like, my memory, I got the memory of a goldfish. But I was thinking,
put me in the pond.
I was like, my memory is that. But I feel like one thing that I think, and I don't even know if it's like a trend or if you would call this trend, like all these mega churches and all this worship and all these things that you see online. And it's just like, I wonder how many, the music sounds good, but how many people are actually like, okay, let me go to the Lord for whatever it is. Okay, Lord, I got whatever, how small or how big it is, like how, huh? Okay.
We're getting real good life interference here.
Yeah, I had I for those who don't know, I got a family. So Didi, you finish your point and we'll go. Yeah, I'll pick up once I'm able to talk again.
Oh, that was point. Really, just the point. I can't. What is he saying? This is our brother Felix here.
You just looking like
judging us.
Okay. Well, pick up something. Pick up something. Give another example.
Okay, sure. Okay. Well, another example. Oh, I would just say this. I don't think we need another example. I just think it's more so of you understanding, like, when the Lord says no, your ego has to accept it. That's what it is. On anything, he you're you just have to accept it, because also you ain't really gonna have no choice. And this is the thing. It's not that, because God does give you free will, but ultimately it's going to show you it's not gonna work out for you either way. So it may feel like it is, but ultimately he's telling you no because he loves you. And because he sees the road ahead. And sometimes he tells you no. This is a good one too, because he understands that that's going to be your new idol if that becomes a thing. Hmm. Hmm. Look, it's so hilarious. And audio people, you can't hear it, but child, Felix is bothering his wife. I love it.
Yes. Sorry. Sorry. Oh, okay. So that.
Mhm.
So as far as the you, all right, I'm sorry. What was the last thing you just said?
That the Lord will hmm, look, we need to start writing this down. Okay, it was your ego has to say no, and your ego has to absorb it, and that
Ego.
okay.
I'm sorry. Sorry. So the ego, I think that, and honestly, I feel like getting older. Like I'm glad you said that. Getting older, your ego grows with your age. As a
Mm-hmm.
little kid, you ain't got no ego. What's that? I don't know what an ego is, and it's like okay, well, I know better. I don't. Why are you telling me no?
Right.
That's like, that's because I know better than you do. I don't care how old you are. I don't care how old I get. Trishan, my mama is always going to be 27 years older than I am. So
Absolutely.
meaning she got 27 more years of experience than I do. So for me to, and it's so hard. It's that humility is so hard to kind of like embrace, just because human, like
Yeah.
flesh is, if we would we're cursing on here, flesh flesh is the S word. I mean, is the BS word.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And
Flesh,
it's like,
flesh is fighting it. I've seen something. I'm sorry, I do not want to interrupt. This is real. It I don't know if I've heard in a sermon, but it was like flesh doesn't care about your soul, because the whole point is to get you to like the flesh is you're born of the earth. So
yeah,
the earth is, where the devil gets to roam, as far as like, trying to take souls from God, even though we know the Lord wins every battle, every war. But the
mhm.
flesh doesn't care about trying to honor your spirit, because the flesh ain't here for God.
No, no,
Spirit.
it's
So it's a battle. Go ahead.
right. Like, so the flesh is going. The devil know. Okay, the flesh. We here. We kicking it for the long haul. So whatever it is that you trying to do, like I know this is gonna pass away. This is gonna go back to dust. That's cool. I just want to make sure that me and my girls down here in the Lake of Fire have company. Okay, and it's 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 like, I don't. It's funny because it's like, as a grown adult, it's like
Mm-hmm.
I know the feeling of, you can't tell me what to do. Like, I'm grown. But then it's like, no, girl, you're still very much a child of Creator. And
Yeah.
oh, that's what I want to say. You mentioned something earlier as far as like your prayer and going, as far as making your decisions, or having your decisions based on prayer, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And also something I would think to that people that people don't do, is go before the Lord in prayer. That's what I was saying before I had to mute. Going before the Lord in prayer, and it's like, but even with that, going before the Lord in prayer, you need to understand what He sounds like
Ooh.
to be able to be like, oh yeah, that's okay, yeah. Because 9 times out of 10, you gonna pray for something. Okay, Lord, I want this BMW in all red, peanut butter interior with a dude that's 6'4" and like Idris Elba. And it's like,
What's the
well,
dude part? Kind of part though. But I mean, not saying it's just that
yeah.
because
But
all
it's
the
like
extra is like the dude is one thing, but the car,
the car.
the car.
Like you're praying for all these things, and it's like, oh, I want this, and your flesh, being the flesh, is like, oh yeah, absolutely. You go ahead, yeah,
You gonna
That's what you
surely
want.
die.
Yeah, you surely go ahead, eat the apple, girl. You be all right. You be all right. And it's like, but instead, it's like, okay, so if I were to read the word, I would recognize my father's voice saying, "Girl, you better put the apple down. Put it down.
Come
Stop
on.
playing with me." And it's like, it's 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 so crazy. And I'm sorry, it's like I always think of things, and it's like, okay, well this, and I keep on grasping at different things, and I'm just like, oh, that's cool, that's cool. It's just these different examples that kind of play out in my head. But I think that something that's what I was saying. Something that I I wonder when I see these worship, like these arenas full of people worshiping and just having a good old time in the Lord, I guess. Or at least the music's real good. The singers were going on.
Yeah.
Bass player's jamming. He's playing his heart out. But I wonder, like, how many of y'all actually recognize the voice of God? Like, how many of y'all actually say, okay, Lord, I don't know whatever you're praying for, however small or large. I'm saying, okay, Lord, what is it? I need guidance on this. Are you understanding, like, this voice over here that's saying, girl, go for it, do it, do it, do it? That you understand that's not him, but rather than your own personal desires. And because the devil came to Eve as a snake, and you know the devil ain't no snake. He shapeshift. He gonna blend in with whatever you is cool with. You ain't gonna trip out on no snake. Okay, I'm gonna come up. Hey girl, how you doing? You want a snack? And it's like you gonna say, oh,
oh, I don't think you want a snack.
you it's gonna, you have to understand. Like, I feel like I can't even really speak on Eve specifically, but just because that's the first example that comes to my head, like, you have to learn what your father sounds like to be able to recognize his voice.
Yeah,
You have
I agree.
because you can pray and pray and pray and pray, but if you don't recognize your father saying, Dee-Dee, Dee-Dee, you don't recognize that voice, like, it's not gonna click the same. It's like, okay, well, this sounds better over here, even though it's not gonna be the best choice in the long run. I'm gonna go this way because this is what I want. You're not gonna walk away from that BMW if the voice is saying, oh well, no, that's not what you. That's the devil. That's the devil. The devil don't want me to do good things. No,
Right,
Papa,
because
that's Jesus saying, you don't need that right now. You don't need that right now. Stop playing.
you don't, and every no is not a spiritual warfare attack.
It's not a sin here. Now, you don't need to speak in tongues this time. You got to know. All right. You don't need to go to prophet, bishop, apostle, pastor, reverend. Lord, pastor, I am getting attacked because you know, because you got to know for that. What is it? PPP loan, nigga? No.
You ain't got no business.
You ain't got no business. You selling what's it called? Parts that back of your truck by the business. Okay?
It's a hustle.
No.
And it's a good
It's a hustle. But it ain't no business. I'm sorry, I digress. Go ahead. I'm sorry, that got on my nerves.
Because
I mean, like, oh, I need y'all's prayer because the enemy is coming against me, and I'm not able to get this loan for this. That means you don't need it, sis.
Girl, exactly. It's like, because again, you said that perfectly. If you don't know the Lord's voice within, okay, within you, and I say that with following that up, actually prefacing it with
I'm listening.
going back. No,
What
do
you
you
think?
think? Okay, do you think? So Proverbs 3:5-6. Okay, lean not to thy own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. Know that by memory. Why? Because I had to learn that thing to get through seasons of my life. And and so when you know the Lord's voice, you understand that I'm going to confer to make sure that I'm hearing you. And sometimes, and we do that a lot, like, well, Lord, is this you? Is this you? But when you spend time with him, I mean, like, really, like, even how Alesia and I are spending time, or how you spend time with your friend, your family, the people you love, the people you trust. When you really know his voice and you read his word and you study his word, exactly.
Question.
You don't have to ask as much. You may want to confirm, always consult, because because I heard Ty Tribbett say this at a service that I was at my church one time. And I loved it. He said, the most powerful thing the devil can do is whisper in your ear. Like, have you noticed? He can't touch you. He can't. All he can do is get in here, sit. But this controls everything. So if he gets in there, now he in it.
That's the key. That's
Exactly. That's the gateway. Unless you invite the Lord in there, in here, in your spirit, to be like, oh no, sir, your company is not needed. So going back to like the spiritual warfare thing, it's like, again, like you said, everything. Now, could you be under attack majorly? Yes. And we're not including that.
no.
All have seasons where it's like, whew, or just, life be life in seasons. It says that in the Bible too. Seasons change. Everything that comes up, like, those that are mourning now will be happy. Those that are, the Beatitudes, those that are happy now, probably gonna have a time of mourning. So it's not that spiritual attacks are not real, especially when we know how dark the world is becoming. However, if every day, like you said, if there's an attack because you was trying to eat a salad today, and then somebody came with free pizza, it was an attack, because you were because you were trying to get to a place, that road was closed or whatever, and so it made you later. Maybe, like, because I have to deal with that. My time management is horrible. Working on it. So, like, do you need to be accountable? Like, oh, that's my fault, 'cause I should have left out earlier. Or if it was like, okay, out of my concern, maybe the Lord, okay, Lord, thank you for keeping me from whatever there was. But it's like, if everything, it's the one. It's the one that's gonna hurt y'all, and this is for me too. I'm not pointing fingers. If every friendship, every relationship, every job was a spiritual attack that didn't work out, you might be the spiritual attack. You might be attacking yourself because you refuse to listen to him. And that goes back to being able to hear his voice when he's telling you no, 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 no. So, and you have, in order to understand God's no, it comes with a yes. Yes to God, no to me. So then God can say yes to you or no to that thing. That's the thing. He's not even ever telling you no. He's saying not that for you.
Yeah. It's you can't, because the thing is, if he said yes to everything, that would mean that you're not going to have enough room to receive what you're actually supposed to receive.
And you know what else? If he says yes to you, that makes him a magician, not a god.
Whoa.
He your genie. He your genie. So he riches that he gives you it. So you worship him, he worship you. How does that work?
Oh, it's like, and I get it. It's just as a human nature, certain things like when you don't get it, whether it be something as minute as somebody tempting you with some pizza or something,
Yes.
or as major as you losing somebody that's close to you. It's like you you get upset, like, hey, like why would you do that? Like,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
And I was raised in church, like yourself. I was raised, you don't ask God questions. It's like, well, I'm not
Speak
I'm
on.
not I'm not necessarily coming to him disrespectfully. Again, I relate everything back to my children.
Mm-hmm.
I came up in a household. You don't, yes, ma'am, and you keep it pushing. You don't ask why, but but I feel like it's okay to say, Lord, why? Why?
That's the
Like,
relationship part. That's
that's
the
the
part.
relationship. He's not uh, 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 authoritarian. It's not a dictatorship. It's a relationship. It's a
Yep.
relationship. It's, Lord, I need you. Like, I come in here to my closet and I pray because this is how I talk to you. I come in here to my closet to read because it's how I talk to you and understand you. It's not like step one, do this. Step two, do this. No, it's a
Yeah.
I have
Oh,
to
that's good.
understand. I have to understand. It's not you do what I say. It's like, now I will say his love is unconditional. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But the relationship, you gotta hold up your end to reach the kingdom of God, of heaven rather. You gotta hold up your end. He cool, but
Mhm.
it's yeah, that portion, that's, I guess, a version of having a condition.
Yeah.
But you have to also understand, like, it I think it all comes back down to, he don't owe you.
He does not. He
He's
does
here
not.
for you, all the time. He's here for you when you fall, smack your face on the pavement, lose a couple teeth. He's here when you get back up. But you have to be able to understand, or understand that you are not going to get everything. He's not going to treat you like a brat, G. He's not going to treat you like a brat. You're not going to be spoiled rotten. You're not going to be a brat. He's going to be okay. And like any good parent, here's this, here's that. I can give you some. I'm not going to give you all.
Come on.
But it's you can't also you can't, don't think that it is. But if it doesn't happen the way you if it doesn't happen the way you think that it's supposed to happen, I feel like it's okay to say, well, why? Like, why? Like, why, Lord? Like, it's like, don't run up on Jesus like, why? What, nigga? Why? Hold up, wait.
Right.
So,
Right.
so down, wait,
I
relax.
want him to start
I
back now.
right. This it still pops, right? It still pops, but
Right.
I feel
Watch your
like
tongue.
it's right. So watch your tone. I feel like it is still okay to say, okay, Lord, I this hurts.
Yeah.
Why?
Yes.
Why?
Yes.
Why? And I feel like his daughter, his son, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
he's gonna say, okay, this is why, kid. Let me sit you down and talk to you for a second. He's gonna allow you to understand why. Not necessarily saying, oh, this is like right here in this instant, like real time, or whether it be 2 years from now. But you can say why. Or if you even like maybe think why. Eventually he'll tell you what it is. He'll show you what it is. Like, you like, dang, that's what that was. Like,
Listen, I got two Bible verses.
okay.
Matthew 7:7. Keep
Mhm.
on asking. This is New Living Translation. Keep on asking, and you will receive what you ask for. Keep on seeking, and you will find. Keep on knocking, and the door will be opened unto you. That is
Mhm.
how that goes exactly to what you were saying. If I don't give him my honest heart, oh, okay. Because he was teaching me that about something that I need to be doing that he called me to do. is sometimes he'll tell you no so that you can break down, so that you can be honest with him.
He wants you at your most vulnerable state. That's
it.
That is why he will let you fall to the very bottom of the pit, to the point where you have no choice but to say, Lord, hey,
Right.
I'm
Listen to
back.
me.
You ain't got no choice. You have no other choice. Who you turn to?
No.
Nobody.
And then the second one, just the dagger. Here you go. New Living Translation. James 4:3. Love me some James and love me some Matthew. The whole Bible, really. We shouldn't get to it. But James 4:3. And even when you ask, you don't get it because your motives are all wrong. You only want what would give you pleasure. And sometimes, now not for every no. Again, sometimes the no is like you said, it's protection, or it's like just, I know you don't even understand it right now. Again, know what you don't. Trust me. It still all boils down to trust and faith.
Yep.
That's what faith is. Trusting God on every level. Yep. But and it's the evidence of things hoped for, and things hoped for and the things I've seen, I believe. Hebrews 1. Is it Hebrews 12? I'm gonna get it together. Hold on. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out.
You better than I am, bro.
You just want to like commit it to, if you can't commit. I mean, when you can't commit it to your memory and your heart.
Yeah.
Because when you're going through stuff in life and there is a confusion when God tells you no, you'll have these things to go by like, oh, okay, I remember. But yeah, so then you have sometimes where there is a James 4:3 situation where, well, you don't want it. You want it because of your selfish things. I'll use a quick example. The Lord knows my heart when it comes to marriage. I cannot be more thankful that the Lord did not allow me to get married when I thought I wanted to.
Hey.
Number one, those people would not have been a good fit for the future me. I don't think I would have been a good fit for the future them. Okay? He knows what we don't. Number two, I wanted to get married for my own reasons. Now I want to get married to honor the kingdom of God, and that my husband and I can go about spreading the gospel to his children in a unified way. I didn't know what marriage meant. I didn't understand that marriage. We hear God as a marriage as a godly institution. What does that mean? To me, it means everything you do is under me. You both submit to me, which allows you to easily submit to each other because it's a marriage with me. So
you're making a commitment to God, and it's just like that. People forget. I think I heard this from my bishop. It's like marriage is between three beings. I'm gonna say people, three beings. It's between you, the woman, man, and God.
That's it.
But the tie to God is the most important. It's like you're talking to me in my face saying, hey, I am going to commit to this person. And it's like, okay, all right. But people will be like, oh, well, no, I'm committing to him. No, you're committing to God. You made a promise to him. And for you to be able to do that, to come together and be able to be on one accord, that's going to allow you to grow the kingdom. In the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah. So, can I add fuel to the fire?
Yes.
That same commitment, actually, the original commitment came with God loving the church and the church being the people, and you honoring each other the way that the Lord honored the church by sending Christ to die for the people. So when you get mad at the people at the church, that does not mean that you get to leave the church, because the commitment was to him, not to the church.
You can't leave church. Now I'm going to say this. People leave church, being church hurt. That's what they call it nowadays.
Yeah. And we are not downgrading that, because trust me, we know why. We get
real. Baby, it's the thing. But what you have to understand is you can leave. You're able to leave the local church. I'm gonna say you're able, but you have the physical ability to leave the local church. You can't leave the spiritual church. You're not. That's what you made the commitment to.
Exactly.
You made the commitment to the local church as well, but you also have to understand you've made a commitment to the body of Christ
Yes.
as well.
Yes. Yes.
So people
And
think, I'm not gonna do. Yeah, okay. Now this is where you go to the Lord, like, hey, Jesus, this don't sound right. I need help. And he gonna tell you, like, yo, this is
yes. And then now you ready for the yes you don't want? Go. Yes, I understand that they are messy. Yes, the church is where a lot of people do come, like a hospital. We all a little sick. We all need help. And yes, I know what's happening. Yes, I know how it's affecting you. Yes, I will cover you. And yes, you have to stay because yes, I put you there to be the change.
mm,
You don't get to leave because you want
uncomfortable.
to.
No. It's uncomfortable. It is, but at growth, I feel like we said this in a video before or in an episode before. Growth is painful. It's you're not gonna have everybody that's gonna be on board. You're gonna be like, there's I don't want to be here. I don't want to be. That's a real bratty behavior. I don't want to be here. This is dumb. Like the asking too much. You want me to come to Sunday school, second service, and the first one? I don't know about that. And yeah. This is first of all, this is how you grow spiritually. You need to go to Sunday school. You need to tune in to Sunday service because there is so much information that you are potentially missing. You again, I think that circles back to you might be the blessing that church is asking for, or maybe that pastor is asking for. Okay, Lord, I know this church is full of messy folks. I need your help. And walk in your little nail, but hey, y'all,
See,
I told y'all church.
can I be?
Not knowing what weight you are holding, not knowing that you are the blessing that this pastor has asked for, or whoever it is that's gone before God on behalf of this church, on behalf of this organization, on behalf of the pastor. And it's like, so yeah, unless God says, okay, girl, now you can go. You gotta sit still and you got to stay in that heat until God is ready to bring you out. And and honest, and that you leaving or you wanting to leave and God saying no, that's the blessing. That's the blessing. That yeah, it's the blessing because you never know what that's gonna come ahead or that what that's gonna come before, what that's actually ushering usher. You don't know what that's ushering in, not only for you or that organization, for that church, but you don't know what that's ushering in for you as a person, as a business owner, as a spouse, you don't know what that's bringing in. So it's like, girl, it's so much. It's like, okay, girl, we had an hour. We gotta cut it.
Yeah, I'm like, this got this got deep. And it's a
If you're still here, we appreciate you.
150%.
We be rambling sometimes, but we get back around to it.
But you know what? And also progression, right? Like every episode may or may not be 30 minutes. Sometimes, hopefully you want a little bit more. So this one you get a little bit more. We will be planning on soon having a guest or two. Okay. And so we're gonna spice it up a little bit. But yeah, y'all. I mean, I think we've 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 gone through a lot of different examples of the no, the why the no was there. The
Mm.
the Lord loves you and cares for your heart, but he don't care about your attitude. Um, you know, because the calling is because the job has to get done. And
Yeah. Also
I
called.
guess I will end it with there's a grace that comes with the no. The
Mm.
grace he gives us to accept the no, and the grace that we have to understand that he loves us so much that he would say, if I gotta hurt your feelings today to save your soul, to protect your destiny, and to completely encompass and cultivate and cover your every calling and future position, I will do so.
Mhm. I'm gonna add to that the great
Yeah.
also the grace of him being able to let you have your little temper tantrum
Okay.
when you get that no. Dang, okay, whatever. I'm not reading today. I'm not gonna pray today. Whatever. I'm not even going to church on Sunday because I'm mad. All right, bro. So are we? Is you finished or you done? Cool. So I'm still here. Come on back. I need. He's gracious enough to say, I'm still here, although I shouldn't be. You don't deserve it, but I'm gonna give you give you my grace anyway.
Yeah. Ooh,
Yeah. I be like, oh Lord,
that's the grace. And we the giggles. All right, y'all. We will be back at you soon. Y'all have a great, great day, evening, midday, whatever, whenever you're watching this. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And we will see y'all soon. Real soon. Real soon. Bye.